Alright, so picture this. A $1 billion palace with an underground casino, a $700 million super yacht that's basically a floating city, and a watch collection that could buy you a house, or 5, in most places. We're talking about the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin here, and get this. His official declared salary? A measly 140 grand a year. Yeah, right. Because according to exiled financier Bill Browder and a whole stack of leaked investigations, this dude might be sitting on a shadow fortune of $200 billion. That's not just rich, that's like beyond rich. Today, we're gonna go over some of the most stupidly expensive things Putin allegedly owns, because apparently, regular rich just isn't enough when you're running a country and trying to look like a man of the people. You gotta stick around till number 1, seriously. The price tag on that thing is so mind-bogglingly huge, you're gonna need a minute to pick your jaw up off the floor. And hey, if you're into absurdly lavish stories that make your monthly rent look like pocket change, then do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button and let's keep this outrage train rolling. The $850 toilet brush palace. You know how some people have nice bathrooms? Well, Putin's alleged Black Sea mansion, the one locals lovingly call Putin's palace, takes nice and shoves it right out the window. We're talking 190,000 square feet of pure, unadulterated flex. Inside this place, even the bathrooms are doing too much. Imagine this. Italian-made toilet brushes, each one costing $850 a pop. That's not a typo, dude. $850 for a toilet brush. And it doesn't stop there. The toilet paper holders? They reportedly top $1,000, like $1,000 for something that holds toilet paper. I'm so broke, I don't even know what that means. But wait, there's more. The dining room furniture alone supposedly set somebody back $500,000. We're talking frescoed ceilings, a marble swimming pool lined with statues of Greek gods, spas, an amphitheater, a state-of-the-art ice hockey rink, a Vegas-style casino, and even a nightclub. It's like a supervillain's lair mixed with a luxury resort. Now, who officially owns this architectural marvel, you ask? Well, that would be billionaire Arkady Rotenberg, Putin's old judo buddy. Convenient, right? It's almost like having a friend who just happens to own a palace that you just happen to use for all your extravagant needs. Total coincidence, I'm sure. 700 cars. Most of us are lucky to have one reliable car, maybe 2 if you've got a family. But state garages are rumored to hold around 700 vehicles for presidential use. 700! That's more cars than some small towns have residents. We're not talking about your average sedans here either. Oh no. We're talking armored Mercedes S-Class limos that can supposedly survive a drone strike. Seriously, a drone strike. Then there are vintage ZS parade cars for those special occasions, and a one-off Oris Senate with a gold-trimmed interior. Because, you know, a regular interior just isn't presidential enough. The price list for this motor pool? Classified, of course. Can't have the public knowing how much taxpayer money is allegedly going into these rides. But if you figure a conservative 100 grand average per ride, and let's be real, many of these are probably way more. That's still a $70 million motor pool. Just sitting there, waiting, ready to roll out at a moment's notice. That's more money than most people make in several lifetimes. All tied up in cars that probably spend most of their time gathering dust. Wild. The $700,000 wrist candy. Dude spends way more on his wrist. Putin likes to flash watches that don't just tell time. They scream, "I own time," and probably your entire timeline. He's been spotted with a Patek Philippe perpetual calendar valued at a cool $200,000. That's enough to buy a decent house in many parts of the world, just strapped to his wrist. And then there's the A. Lange and Söhne Turbograph, pushing $500,000, $500,000 for a watch. Add a few more pieces to that collection, and the rumored total is around $700,000. Let's just put that in perspective. That's 5 times his declared annual pay. 5 times. It's like your boss showing up with a watch that cost 5 times their yearly salary, and everyone just has to pretend it's normal. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. It's almost like he's trying to tell us something about where his real money comes from, without actually telling us. 58 aircrafts with a golden throne. When you're a head of state, you can't just fly commercial, right? So, Putin allegedly has a private air force consisting of 58 aircraft and helicopters. 58. That's more planes than some small airlines. The flagship of this ridiculously opulent fleet is an Ilyushin 96 wide-body nicknamed the Flying Kremlin. Estimates put its value at a staggering $716 million once you kit it out with all the bells and whistles. And what kind of bells and whistles are we talking about? Gold-plated bathrooms, of course. Because why not? A king-size bedroom so he can catch some Z's in style, and a gym that literally folds into the floor. A gym on a plane. And if the rumors are true, there's even a gold toilet. Because when you're flying high, your porcelain throne should apparently match the rest of your golden lifestyle. The rest of the fleet includes bombardiers, Sukhoi superjets, and Mi-8 helicopters, bringing the grand total to 58 flying palaces. And the annual upkeep for this airborne extravagance? Try another billion rubles. Yeah, $1 billion. Just to keep these birds in the sky. Makes you wonder if he ever gets tired of all that gold. The ghost train with a Turkish bath. Sometimes the skies feel a little too risky, you know? Or maybe he just prefers a more old-school, Bond villain mode of transport. That's when Putin reportedly boards his 22-car armored train, affectionately dubbed the Ghost Train, because it appears and disappears without a trace. This isn't your grandma's Amtrak, folks. Inside, you'll find a private gym, because you gotta stay swole even on the rails. There's a skincare salon and a Turkish steam room, which, let's be honest, is peak luxury. Who needs a spa day when you can have a spa train? And if that's not enough, there's a cinema that doubles as a situation room. Because nothing says important meeting, like watching a blockbuster on a train that's probably bomb-proof. The cost to build this rolling fortress? About $74 million. And the yearly maintenance? A cool $15.8 million. Because apparently regular first class is just for mortals. This thing is designed for maximum security and comfort, allowing Putin to travel discreetly and in ultimate luxury, far from prying eyes and potential threats. It's a mobile command center and a lavish retreat all rolled into one, showcasing yet another layer of his alleged hidden wealth and power. A Vineyard Empire. Adjacent to the infamous Putin's palace sits a sprawling winery, officially owned by Rostec, a state conglomerate. Now, Rostec is a huge state-owned defense and technology corporation, so owning a vineyard seems a little out of brand, right? But hey, maybe they just really like wine. Leaked blueprints for this place show a 75,000 bottle cellar. 75,000 bottles. That's enough wine to keep a small army of oligarchs happy for years. And the tasting rooms? They're dripping with marble naturally, because you can't taste fine wine in a room that isn't opulent. Market value for similar acreage in the Krasnodar region? Easily $200 million. Who drinks the profits from this massive state-owned but not really vineyard? The Kremlin will get back to you on that, I'm sure. It's another classic example of how assets are shuffled around to obscure the true beneficiary. It's like saying your friend owns the entire block, but you just happen to live in the biggest house and host all the parties there. Totally normal, totally not suspicious. 19 secret holiday homes. Forget a single vacation home. Investigators count at least 19 residences scattered across Russia, from the tranquil shores of Lake Ladoga to the rugged beauty of the Altai Mountains. 19. Most of us are dreaming of one little cabin, and this dude allegedly has enough to host a different holiday every 2 weeks of the year. There's a cedar-clad lodge on the shores of Lake Valdai, perfect for a cozy, rustic getaway, if rustic means impossibly luxurious. Then there's a ski chalet in the Caucasus, because you need somewhere fancy to hit the slopes. And a Tsarist-era manor outside St. Petersburg, retrofitted with a subterranean sports complex. Yes, a subterranean sports complex. Because why have your gym above ground when you can have it hidden away like a secret lair? The conservative combined value of these properties? A cool $1.5 billion. And the kicker? They're all linked through shell companies tied to the same three oligarchs. Surprise, surprise. It's a classic move. Diffuse ownership, maintain plausible deniability, and enjoy your vast real estate portfolio without actually having your name on the deed. It's like a real-life game of Monopoly, but with billions of dollars and secret underground tunnels. The Graceful Yacht. You know how some billionaires have one super yacht? Well, Putin allegedly has at least two. Because why stop at just one floating palace when you can have a whole fleet? Before it bolted from a German yard in 2022, the 82-meter Graceful was getting a $50 million refit. $50 million just for a refit. That's more than most people will see in their entire lives. What did that refit include, you ask? Oh, just a helipad transformer, because a regular helipad is too basic. A waterfall-fed spa pool, because who wants a normal pool when you can have one with a waterfall? And a boardroom lined with Karelian birch, a super rare and expensive wood. This yacht is basically a floating 5-star hotel. Registered owner? A Cayman Islands shell company traced to Gennady Timchenko, another longtime Putin pal. See a pattern here? The friends always seem to own the most expensive toys. And the docking fees alone for this beast top $2 million a year, just to keep it parked. That's more than enough to make your bank account cry, even if you're just thinking about it. Number 2, the Scheherazade, the $700 million middle finger to sanctions. Now, if the Graceful was impressive, buckle up, because the Scheherazade is a whole other level of crazy. At 140 meters, she's longer than a destroyer. Let that sink in. This isn't a yacht, it's a small naval vessel, and she's valued at approximately $700 million. The amenities on this thing are just absurd. 2 helipads, because one isn't enough when you have important people to fly in. A beauty salon, because you gotta look your best even in the middle of the ocean. A hospital suite, because accidents happen, even on a $700 million yacht. And a dance floor that flips into an outdoor cinema. Seriously, a dance floor that becomes a movie screen. It's like something out of a James Bond movie, but real. The crew? A whopping 80 people. 80. And the annual running cost for this monster? Roughly $60 million. Just to keep it going. Ukraine wants it seized. Italy has it under guard because of sanctions. And yet, the paperwork still lists an anonymous Russian investor. Funny how that works, right? It's a transparent attempt to hide the real owner, but everyone knows who it's really for. This yacht is basically a giant, luxurious middle finger to anyone questioning the source of this ridiculous wealth. Putin's palace itself, price tag, hovering at $1.4 billion. And now for the grand finale, the one you've been waiting for. Number 1 on our list of stupidly expensive things Vladimir Putin allegedly owns is the palace itself. The Black Sea megastructure perched majestically on cliffs outside Gelendzhik. This isn't just a house, it's a small city of opulence. The price tag for this colossal monument to excess? It hovers around $1.4 billion. Billion, with a B. What do you get for $1.4 billion? Well, a 15,000 square foot master suite for starters. That's bigger than most people's entire homes. An indoor ice hockey rink, so you can practice your slap shot year-round. A Vegas-style casino, because who needs to go to Vegas when you have one in your basement? And an amphitheater wired for full orchestral sound. You could host your own private concerts there. Drone footage has even shown a tunnel leading to a private port where, investigators say, a mini submarine can dock. A mini submarine. This isn't just about luxury. It's about absolute, unassailable security and control. The entire complex is ring-fenced by a no-fly zone and a marine exclusion perimeter. You can't even get close to this place without permission. If you add in the adjacent vineyards we talked about, the security barracks for all the guards, and the tourist port nearby that was conveniently rebuilt just for easier access, Conservative estimates push the entire project past $2 billion. $2 billion, all for a building that, on paper, belongs to someone else. It's a monument to the lengths people will go to hide their true wealth and power, a symbol of extreme luxury shrouded in secrecy. So, next time you feel a pang of guilt about splurging on that extra-large takeout order, or maybe that new gadget you've been eyeing, just remember this. Somewhere on the Black Sea coast, there sits a palace. A palace with $850 toilet brushes, $1,000 toilet paper holders, and $1 billion view. And it's officially owned by nobody in particular, but used by one very powerful man. Makes that $12 burrito guilt look kind of pointless, right? It's almost like our idea of splurging is just a drop in the ocean to this kind of wealth. If this list made your bank account cry a little, or maybe just gave you a good dose of righteous indignation, then do yourself a favor. Smash that subscribe button for more tales of stupid money and absurd luxury. Drop your favorite outrage in the comments below. What do you think is the most ridiculous item on this list? And don't forget to like the video. We'll see you next time.